Very bad. Yeah. That is. Oh, hold on. Dirve. Mal Shamadwa. Mr. Possum. Yes, have you received this copy?
No.
You have? Oh, yes. Did not disappear. What's it doing? Yaman. Another day, Yaman. No, is this? Show me this one. Let me see.
Thanks for the even understand Lama's first.
I got here.
Oh, great.
Recording stopped.
Oh, stopped.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Okay. Okay, very good.
Lama.
Palma. Okay. Tan地方想那么的被操的多，那在地方练习的 hot， 那把它练习的是啊，我可真是点小，这样，结果是来的，这个东北大金，那么的东北的大金、新金 ，OK。Now first, please, as usual, relax, okay? Just take it easy. Just relax your body, mind. If you know how to relax, it's so peaceful, so relaxed. Don't think so much about the past, it's gone. Don't think so much about the future, it's not yet come. We don't know what we have is which just this moment. This moment you just relax. There was a great woman. So she was very smart. She discussed with the Milarepa, what about this, And Milarepa explained all different steps. Then Milarepa said, at the end, now you got, Milarepa acknowledge you are very smart. Now Milarepa say you relax. You take the example of the, say, space, sky. Just relax mind as the space is free from all the boundaries. Take the example of the mountain, big mountain. It's very stable meditation. Take the example, the ocean has no difference of the surface and the depth. I said, and you just look at the mind, nowhere, So you just meditate on this. Then after a month, she went to see Milarepa. She said, as you described, as you instructed me, I did meditation. I did the meditation. But what should I do when the cloud comes from the sky? How should I meditate when the waves comes in the ocean? How I can meditate as a mountain, but when there grows grass or the bushes? How I can meditate when the mind has a lot of thoughts? Milarepa said, oh, you have done well. But when the cloud comes, cloud is come from the space, dissolved into the space. The waves comes from the ocean, dissolves into the ocean. The bushes grows on the mountain and dissolved into the mountain. Your thoughts also comes from the mind and dissolve into the mind. You just meditate. As I mentioned this morning, like this. That's the Mahamudra. Meditate like this. Oh, in your mind, everything comes from the mind, dissolved in the mind. As I explained about this the sound of the bell. We can do this more also here. So this afternoon, I thought we can do this very concise, short Guru Yoga, very profound and full of blessings. It's called Guru Yoga that brings the Dharmakaya onto the path. Buddha has three bodies called Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. Three. Nirmanakaya is Buddha Shakyamuni who came on this planet, who taught all the teachings that Buddha Shakyamuni, as yesterday when we took the Bodhisattva's vow, so that Buddha Shakyamuni is called Nirmanakaya. And Sambhogakaya is like Buddha here, all the ornaments, all the different ornaments, wearing all this Sambhogakaya. The higher, great Bodhisattvas can see, we don't see. And Dharmakaya is we cannot see from the eyes. This just you can see from the mind. Your mind that you see is nowhere, but still you can think. You can have all mental thoughts, compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta, anger, attachment, all thoughts manifest from the mind. But there's nothing to see. So that which nothing to see, that is called Dharmakaya. So in the mind itself has this, if you can understand, the mind that itself, what you cannot see, it doesn't mean it's not exist, but you cannot see. That which you cannot see is as as it's called as it is. no contrive. No? That's called Dhammakaya. No? Then from the mind manifests all the thoughts. That's called unceasingly manifest thoughts. That's called Sambhogaya. Then from that mind is in various thoughts, good, bad, all the various thoughts within that manifestation is called Nirmanakaya. So if you realize this all is your mind's power, mind's manifestation, this is the play of the mind. So this all nothing but mind. All come from the mind, from the emptiness. This all thought dissolved to the mind, to the emptiness. If you know this, then you have such a great ability. Now you can see you are, instead of grasping, holding, attached, anger, you just come there, go. And you achieve freedom. See, there's nothing to avoid, there's nothing to accept. But you have such a clear, decisive thoughts, discriminating wisdom. So this brings, Dhammakaya, brings the Dhammakaya onto the path. You follow that step by step. Meditation. Okay. Oh, this is very short. Those who are very busy in life have no time to take time to practice, sit down, So this you can practice in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you can. So there's a beginning, actual practice, and conclusion. So the beginning is taking refuge, cultivation of the bodhicitta. So now I will read this. You see, Vajradhara Lama, embodiment of the three jewels. You know three jewels? Three jewels: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. In Sanskrit, it's called triple gem. No, three ratna. Okay. Three ratna, three jewels. So Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, the three jewels. Say there, no. I take refuge in you and will until I attain enlightenment. As we have done yesterday, refuge, same. I take refuge in the dark sea. You can visualize Lord Drikung Sungun. Here you see the picture, the better picture behind here. I will explain more about this, but you can visualize the Drikung Sungun in front of you. It's the embodiment of all the Buddhas of the three times. Not something substantial, rather like a rainbow, inseparable of the appearance and emptiness, and nature of wisdom and compassion. His body is a Sangha. His mind is the Buddha. His teaching is the Dharma. So his mind is the Buddha. His teaching is the Dharma. His body is the Sangha. So embodiment of three jewels. So I take refuge in you until I become Buddha, until I attain Buddhahood, enlightenment. Yeah. And next, see, sentient beings, victims of the confused projection, suffering. As we have discussed this, yesterday, today. All the sentient beings in the world, you see, those who are so powerful, those who have no power, everyone equally, their mind is their mind is totally under the control of these mental afflictions, ego, attachment, anger, jealous, arrogance. Oh, there are 51 mental factors like that. So these sentient beings, they're suffering so much because of that mental affliction. They think they are powerful, but they go through a lot of difficulties. A lot of people criticize them, and they are not happy about that. See? So those powerful people in the world, they have more mental suffering. Those people who are in the street have physical suffering more. But all are suffering. So there's a call, the confused projection, suffering. As I mentioned, everything's reflection. And now you see here all these pictures and the photos, these flowers, all these symbols of mental projection. You perceive. Some of you may perceive very beautiful. Some people may perceive little strange. Some people perceive, something. Everyone has a different reaction. It's because of your mind. If they are the same thing, if they exist as we perceive, we all have to perceive the same thing. But we all perceive differently. It's called your mental projection. No, your friend, you see, first your friend, a person you become your friend. As soon as you see that person, you feel so good. Oh, you're so good. You're so kind. You are beautiful. Oh, that kind of perception is there. After some time, it changes. You don't like that person. As soon as you see that person, you have different projection. Oh, this person is ugly. This is not good. He or she tell lies. All this, See, it changes. All a reflection, you see. So that's why if you have the practice of loving kindness, compassion, you see, just see nothing but good. They desire peace and happiness. I wish they have all the peace and happiness. You just practice that. It brings the peace in your mind. See, it's all a mental projection, our karmic projection, reflection, the karmic reflection, mental reflection. It's all you see. Then anywhere you go, it's all beautiful. So just practice this meditation. So since we should understand, reflect this, sentient beings are victim of confused projection, and they are suffering. So because of that, to free these all sentient beings, so I generate the mindset for enlightenment in order to establish you all in the non-abiding states until you all become Buddha, I will practice the bodhicitta as we have done yesterday. Reflect on that. It's beautiful, You see, these all are victims of the suffering, victim of their mental confusion. And we can solve all the problem. In the Shantidava's text mentioned, you see some person, this is my enemy. I want to get rid of this. Until I get rid of this person, I cannot rest. Then you get rid of that person, and there comes another one. If you get rid of that one, there come two more. If you get rid of that one, there four comes more. So you cannot get rid of all the enemies of your mind. But if you destroy, I mentioned this, obliterate, if you obliterate your mental resentment, anger, hatred, then all are your friends. So for this we practice the bodhicitta. That's the Buddha's teaching, see. That's this Buddha's teaching, we need to remain in the samsara for sentient beings' benefit. If you don't practice, then who will practice? Those who are interested in Buddha's teaching, those who took refuge in the Buddha, we have the responsibility. We can't be so lazy. We have to do the job. So the teaching can remain in the samsara for a long time. That's when you read the life story of the great masters. They just, they go through hardship, difficult, and they come to overcome all the problems. And then they brought the teachings up until now. Over 2,600 years, the teaching remained in the world because of those individual great teachers. They made they sacrificed their life. So we too do this. So I practice. There's a bodhicitta. And the Shantidava's text mentioned, when you practice bodhicitta, when your mind is clear this way, loving kindness, compassion, your mind is healed, relaxed. Your body is also relaxed. And your health is better. So things in such a way, beautiful, how you can say, I cannot stay in the samsara. Which is great bodhisattvas, they remain in the samsara. Because they realize, as we talk about the emptiness, when they realize the emptiness, there's no fear. It's fearless. They voluntarily reborn in the lower realms, help the sentient beings. So that's why it's, the non-abiding state until one becomes the Buddha. Non-abiding means neither samsara nor nirvana. Yeah. So this, first you take refuge and cultivate bodhicitta. It's first most important. And visualizations we have here. Lord Vajradhara Jikten Sungun. Vajradhara is Dharmakaya. So Jikten Sungun is inseparable from the Vajradhara. Sits on a seed of the 10 strength, 4 fearlessnesses, and 18 unmixed dharmas that all are listed behind. Do you see that in the behind listed here? Okay. Look at here. First, from the 10 strength. The first one, the strength of knowing places and non-places. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
What that mean? You don't know? Places, knowing places and non-places.
Is there a difference?
Knowing places and non-places means fully capture the meaning of right from the wrong. Okay? Right from the wrong. Just say, for example, corn, just say. When you see the corn, what is the seed for the corn? Can the corn grow from the barley seed? Can the corn grow from the wheat seed? Cannot, isn't it? So you know exactly what is the cause of the corn. Likewise, what's the exactly cause of the peace and happiness? What is the exactly cause of the suffering? Okay. Sometimes people take life, eat and kill, say for happiness, for peace, I kill this, That will never bring peace. But people do, like we should say butchers, fishermen, they fish for their livelihood. How they can expect really killing all the fish and animals, butcher, and then say, you become rich and very healthy and good life. That's called wrong livelihood, So this is called understanding the right from the wrong. So this is all the 10 strength, the 10 wisdom that only Buddha has. Bodhisattvas, they have roughly, but they don't have complete. No, but Buddha has precise, totally precise. Can I tell a story? One story?
Yes.
You like this story?
Yes.
Okay. At the time of the Buddhas, so there was a householder man called, I think, Kimda Beji. His name was called Beji. He is about 100 years old. Now he has children, grandchildren, but because he's being 100 years old, he cannot do anything, He's incapable serving in the house. So all the family is looking down on him. Now you're too old, you better die, You cannot do anything, They don't give him food enough, And he was so depressed, Now I cannot do physically, So incapable. And all my families are looking down on me. What should I do? Maybe I suicide, die, But then he heard, if one becomes a monk under Buddha, there's a lot of privileges. So he heard the news, and he was so inspired, he went there, where Buddha was. When he arrived at the temple, at that moment, Buddha was visiting another place. No? So, have you heard of Shariputra? Shariputra. Shariputra was one of the such a gifted Buddha's disciple, you know. So he asked, now Buddha is not here. I want to become a monk. Who can give me the ordination, monk ordination? I'm really desperate to receive the monk ordination. So the monk around there, oh, you can go to Shariputra, he can give you, you know. So then he went to Shariputra. And Shariputra, when he arrived in front of Shariputra, then he explained why he come here. So I said, I request you, please ordain me. And Shariputra looked at him. He's 100 years old. How he can read, you know, how he can read and write, you know, memorize all these, you know, prayers. Now he's outdated, out of time, you know. So Shariputra said, looks like I cannot ordain you because you are out of date, you know. Then again he went to another famous great Buddhist disciple. Can you ordain me? Can you ordain me? Everyone said, if Shariputra not accepted, how I can accept you? You know, no, I'm way, you know, down the Shariputra, you know. So then he went back to the temple where Buddha stays. He's just then crying, you know, his head on the doorstep of the temple, and he was crying, you know. While he was crying, then Buddha arrived. Buddha just, you know, very gently, just, you know, why you are crying? Just stand up, you know. And he said, I'm crying because in my house, nobody likes me. So I come here to become a monk. And now nobody accepts me to be a monk. Now I have no hope. I have no place to go. That's why I'm crying, you know. Then Buddha looked at him, you know. Then Buddha saw he has the potential to become a monk, which Shariputra could not see, you know. So Mongoliana, you know, another Buddha's side, Mongoliana. So Buddha said, Mongoliana, come here. Ordain him, train him, you know. And Mongoliana, because Buddha requested, he could not deny. You know? But he himself thought, this old man, you know, how I can help him, you know. But because of Buddha's request, so he took him, ordained him. And you see, then he was in the monastery, in the temple, with all the rest of the monks. He was staying with the new ordained monks. It's called novice monk. All the rest of the novice monks are so young, you know, they can run, push, you know. And this old man, you know, he cannot stand up easily, sit down easily, you know, cannot move easily. So he's incapable of serving other monks, you know. So all the young monks, they're kicking him, pushing him, you know. Then he was more depressed, you know. He said, oh, now in my house, I cannot do my job, and the family look down on me. Now I become monk, but it didn't help. Now these all young monks, they are, you know, doing all bad things. Now I better die, you know. He just went to a big river there. He took off the robes and started jumping, you know, in the water. And then Mongoliana immediately understood, rushed, and then hold from his back, what are you doing here, And he was a little embarrassed, But he explained what happened, his desperation, And Mongolian thought, this man needs some lessons, Then he took this long story. We don't have time to tell all the stories. Maybe I should say one story. There are many stories, one after another. Mongoliana took him to the Indian Ocean site, site there. And then there was a giant tree. The tree has a lot of bugs, what you call bugs, small insects. And it's eating the tree. And the tree producing a sound of lament, suffering. Oh, he felt chilly, feeling of chilly, kind of uneasy, And he said, Master, what is happening here? What's this tree? Why are the trees eaten by all these bugs, He said, this tree, the tree itself is a tree, but there's a consciousness. There's consciousness with the tree. He was once a manager of a monastery. And a lot of lay people make offerings to the monastery. And he misused all the offerings. And these all the bugs here eating this tree, is the rebirth of all that he misused, offering he gave to his relative friends, all this, so they are reborn here. And he was really so afraid, Then after this long story, finally, then in the ocean, crocodile, a huge crocodile skeleton. The crocodile there, first this was a crocodile, huge crocodile was in the ocean. The half of the lower mouth, lower jaws, is inside the water, ocean. Upper jaw is up, in the sky. So in the lower jaw, there's a lot of fish and all these water mammals are nesting here in the lower jaw. In the upper jaw, all the birds nesting here. Then one time, he felt so hungry, and he tried to, he wanted to chew all this. But that time, what happened was a group of merchants, going in the boat, in the ship, going now. As soon as they saw this huge crocodile like a mountain, they are so afraid. They shouted, "Oh, we take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, take refuge in the Sangha." As soon as this crocodile heard that, then he closed the mouth without chewing these all animals, and he died. And after he died, all his flesh were washed, and all the skins are washed by the water. Then it's a bone is so huge, like you can walk actually, on the rib of the crocodile, you can walk. So then this old monk with the Mongolian took him there. As soon as he saw this, he was kind of feeling of such chill. What about this animal? No. Then Mongoliana said, this is one of your previous life rebirth. And he was so frightened. Oh, Master, please tell me how that happened, Then Mongoliana told him the story. Once there was a king in the country. The king was very religious, pure mind. He looks after the people, take care of the people. But then one day, a group of people, the king joined, they played the casino. You know casino? At the casino. They are so involved in that game, casino. The king was totally involved there. Well, king was playing with that casino. In the court, they caught. In the court, they caught one very, what do you call, 미쳐방에 박할수 우리지나. 그래서, we did a lot of mistakes, What do you call that? To be punishable.
Cheating.
Oh.
She was a cheater.
Anybody can give me tips?
What's the Tibetan word?
낙제.
How do you spell that?
mean 낙제. Anyway, who punishable, And then from the court, they caught him and brought to the king and explained to the king. So this man did this. What we should do with this? The king didn't have time to think of anything because he was so involved with that casino, And the king said, do according to the court, according to the law, Just take back to the court and do according to the law. And they took back to the court. They just persecuted. Then when the king finished, then after some time, the king finished all this casino, all this, went back to his kingdom in his palace, and he called those people in the court. What did you do with that person? You told us you should persecute according to the law, and we persecuted. And the king was so upset. That was not right. I want to treat my all people equally. Those who made mistake, I want to teach them, make a better person. They shouldn't have done this. He was regretted so badly, And he did a lot of purifications. But after his death, said then the king was born this Kolodo. So this is one of the previous life. Then this old monk, suicide died is not enough. Again, I'll be reborn in such a negative place. Master, please give me instruction, meditation that I can practice. Please. I don't want to reborn again. No. But it's not enough. Say, I don't want to reborn. I need a path. Give me instruction. So then Mongoliana give right instruction, meditation. And he practiced that with full attention. One-pointed mind. Not long after he achieved the Arhat. See. So then Mongoliana and this old man, they flew together in the sky and came to where the Buddha was living, And all the monks, they are so inspired. Buddha has that great wisdom. He can do right thing. So this is what Buddha knows all these things. Even Shariputra doesn't know. Okay? Good story? You like the story? That's what, according to the 10th strength, okay? So 10th strength. And then, what is next? 4 fearlessnesses.
Yeah.
4 fearlessnesses means when Buddha attained Buddhahood, see, I purified all obscurations. No obscurations exist now, left. And Buddha has no fear to say that. So Buddha is fearless. When Buddha said, I know everything, nobody can come there and say, you don't know this. Oh, so Buddha has no fear to say that. So this is called fearlessness. Okay? So there are 4 fearlessnesses, 10 strength. And then 18 unmixed quality means even great bodhisattvas, 10 Bhumi bodhisattvas are not equal to Buddha. Oh. Just for example, Buddha never forgets anything. We have dementia, isn't it? Dementia. Alzheimer's disease. We forget. We go to college, study for 3 years, 4 years. Lot of subjects we memorize, all right, and then exam, and we pass the exam. Now we don't know anything. We forgot everything. Buddha never forgets. One of them, okay, from countless lifetime to the endless lifetime, that kind of unmixed quality. So there are 18 of them. So this you can study, you read the books. Okay, just I give you an example of this. Lord Jidosungwe himself, I will tell you later, okay? This. So seed means he sit on the seed means is the embodiment of this 10 strength, embodiment of the 4 fearlessnesses, embodiment of the 18 unmixed qualities. Then this is, what of that? Yes, me. Ah. Oh, yeah. No. La. But the yes, I mean, chance. She was just la, they do it. La, Timari. Yeah, the Uri to Timari. It used to be, Logicham, Jidosu Bishop, Dirway. Or did Dire. Dedication. Dirway. They do Luri. Mare. They do. Oh, they are the true bishop. Okay, yes. Sorry. Then what? Major. So this is the Dharmakaya. Okay, it's the Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya is 32 excellent qualities. This is the 32 excellent qualities. You count 18 plus 10, how much?
28.
28. 28 plus 4,
32.
32. So the 32 excellent qualities of Dharmakaya. Okay. Then next he said, measure and manner marks of love, compassion, and bodhicitta. That's the Sambhokaya and Dharma, Nirmanakaya. Okay. Sambhokaya and Nirmanakaya. Okay. The Sambhokaya and Nirmanakaya, the love, compassion, bodhicitta manifest into the form, benefiting countless sentient beings that you see. Then next, his excellent activities. The activities is non-conceptual, enlightened activities, reaching all the migrators equally. See, every sentient beings equally benefiting sentient beings. There's no discrimination. So that's the Jigten Sunggun. So Jigten Sunggun, since it's very short, so you can see in the picture, this is the lotus. On the lotus, you can visualize sun disk. On the sun disk, moon disk. Okay. On the moon disk, Jigten Sunggun is sitting there. Lotus symbolizes the purity. As you see, lotus grow above the mud and water, but lotus flowers so fresh. So the mind of the enlightened beings are so fresh, unstained by the delusions. And sun symbolizes the wisdom. In the morning, when the sun rises, all the darkness is dispelled. Everything is clear like that. When the wisdom manifests in our heart, you can see all the excellent qualities. The moon symbolizes the compassion. When the hot weather, the moon rises, it brings the cool freshness. The compassion, the loving kindness manifests, and it brings such a great cool and fresh. When you see great bodhisattvas and you ask their advice, you receive their advice, and you feel so kind of feeling of courage, encouraged. You feel so kind of sad. You are endowed with all the good qualities, peace, happiness. So Jigten Sunggun sits on the muntis, on the muntis, which is on the sun disk and which is on the lotus. Okay. And then as you see picture, I don't have to explain details, you can see. Okay. Okay. And then the mantra we have Rana Shiri Sarva Siddhi Hum. Very short mantra. Long mantra, we have another Lama Chava. I'm sure many of you know. Namo Guru Bada Drik Tri Loja Nata Rana Shiri Mulam Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Hum. Long one, But this is very short. So, Radna Shiri Sarva Siddhi Hum. Sarva means all. Siddhi means attainment, including Mahamudra. May I realize all the excellent qualities. May I achieve all the excellent qualities, including Mahamudra. When you chant the mantra, you meditate from Jigten Sunggun. Multicolor light radiate to all the 10 directions, including yourself. First purifies whole outer universe, transform into pure land. And then the light reaches to all the sentient beings, and you meditate. Their suffering, cause of sufferings are purified. These sentient beings are free from the suffering. And then you meditate, they are resting in the peace, total peace, gentleness. They realize total love, compassion, bodhicitta. And you rejoice. Okay. Thank you. So this you visualize when you're chanting the mantra. Okay. Okay, this mantra. And next we have is here. This called blessing supplication. You are expressing the qualities of Jigten Sungum. Yeah. Here is. You are the Buddhas. Buddhas Nakakula Dipa Paradipa. Yeah, you see. You are the Buddhas Nakakula Paradipa. There's one book that I have collected, put together. A lot of translations of Jigten Sungum's life story. Short one. That book is called Calling the Lama from Afar. I'm sure the center has the copy. Read that. In that book, there's one of the stories called Meaningful to Behold. If you read that title, Meaningful to Behold. In that book, his disciple Changa Sharap Jungne, he wrote all this. Then one time Jigten Sungpa told his life story. I was born in a universal as a universal king, monarch. Then in that kingdom there were 1,000 princes. Overnight I renounced the kingdom and meditated, and I become the king. I become the Buddha. So that name of the Buddha is called Nakakula Paradipa. Okay. Tishinshiba Luritume in Tibetan. So Dajjalo said that. He told this story. And once I achieved that Buddha, I attained that Buddhahood, then I talked Dharma teachings to these 1,000 princes. Oh, how to renounce, starting from the Born of Truths, and all the steps, all the great teachings. And these all princes, they attain different levels of the enlightenment. So he told all the story. And there's one, at the time of Jigten Sungpa, there's one special disciple who was highly gifted. Jigten Sungpa said, you are the youngest prince. So he has that kind of wisdom that he can tell. Countless eons ago, they said. And then next Buddha is Buddha Divankara. Jigten Sungpa was Buddha of that Divankara and Nakakula Paradipa in the past. The future, Buddha Maitreya. So Buddha Maitreya is Jigten Sungpa. Maitreya of the future. And the Shakyamuni of the present. This Shakyamuni Buddha was also Jigten Sungpa. That, as yesterday I mentioned, relation Buddha. Chandra Kumara Prabha, the Bodhisattva, who have requested the Samadhi Raja Sutra. When you, Chandra Kumara Prabha, when you manifest in the future to promote this teaching, at that time I will be there. So Jigten Sungpa said, I was that Buddha, Shakyamuni. Okay. It's difficult to perceive, but we're so fortunate to have that. And he said, Nagarjuna, the reincarnation of Nagarjuna. So you are the reincarnation of Nagarjuna. Everybody knows Nagarjuna. Is there anybody who doesn't know Nagarjuna? Who haven't heard of Nagarjuna? So Nagarjuna was regarded as like second Buddha who promote especially Mahayana, Vajrayana. So everybody quotes Nagarjuna's teaching. Now, how you know that he was Nagarjuna's rebirth?
Because it says right here.
It
says right here.
How you know? That's what I'm saying. It's written here, but how you know? No.
Is it like an emanation or a rebirth? Or
Rebirth.
Is that the same as an emanation?
Yes. So now that you see, have you heard of Shakya Shripatra? Maybe you haven't heard of that. He was Shakya Shripatra was a great abbot, Vikramalashila school, monastery in India. That monastery is near Patna. If you've been to Patna in Bihar, in northern state of India, that's called Bihar. The capital of the Bihar is called Patna. So not so far from there, that institute, Vikramalashila Institute or University. So he was such a great scholar and abbot of the monastery. So in 12th century, and then there was a lot of anti-Buddhist war. There are a lot of the Mongols, they're coming, destroying the monastery. So he went to Tibet at that time. So Shakya Shripatra was visiting Tibet at that time. And since he was so famous, so in Tibet also there are a lot of people following, scholars following him. Every morning when he does the meditation, he chant the prayers, meditation, he always have the vision of Tara. Every day in the shrine he sees. And then he gives a lot of ordinations. He produced a lot of monks, And each time when he gives the ordination, at the same time he gives a dharma robe to each monk. One time, one of very kind of novice monk, Objecting Sungpan, went there to get the ordination. And then Shakya Shripatra gave the ordination. But some kind of accidentally, he finished the dharma robe. He no longer has the dharma robe. The monk insists, I also need the dharma robe. Since everybody's getting, why not me? He insists. And then some of Shakya Shripatra's, attendants. So no, we don't have dharma robe. No, please go. No, please go. But he won't listen. I really want, because everybody got it. Why not me, You are discriminating me, Because I'm very weak, poor, But don't do that. And then one monk was literally not so happy, pushed him. And when he pushed, the monk fall down on the ground and somehow bleeding from nose, And then he left crying. He just left crying. From next day, for a whole week, Tara didn't show up in his meditation. And Shaji Shripada was so, what happened? He was shocked, Usually every day I have vision of Tara. Why not? At the end of the 7 days, the Tara showed from back, not in the front, not face, showing the back. And then he apologized, Mother Tara, what kind of mistake I made? Please tell me. And Tara said, you pushed, your attendant pushed the monk of Nagarjuna, who even got the blood coming from his nose. So then the Shaji Shripada, he collected all his attendants, monks. You just find out who that monk is. Right now you go search where that monk is come from. Then they looked down, went round and asked, and finally they found it was a monk of Jigten Sungkun. And then Tara said, you should make Dharma of number of your age. If he's 50, you make 50 and distribute. So then Shaji Shripada realized Jigten Sungkun is the reincarnation of Nagarjuna. He made a lot of praise, writing praise. You are the Nagarjuna of Tibet. So that's how he was Nagarjuna. Okay, so that's the background. Okay, make sense? You see, like that, there are a lot of other stories. I'm just saying a few things, so that you can practice this so well. Okay, so then that you can chant. You can chant. Yes, here mentioned recite 3 times, but you can repeat 3 times, 4 times, 100 times, whatever you like. So Buddha came into human form. Then next is the empowerment and dissolution. See here. So after taking refuge, cultivating bodhicittas, and visualizing Jigten Sungkun in front of you, chanting the mantras, and say the blessing supplication with such a relaxed mind, such a strong devotion, and then you chant this and receive the empowerment. This empowerment is the essence of the Vajrayana. Okay. We call Vajrayana, you have heard of Vajrayana, is very powerful teaching, very quick path. So this empowerment is the essence of the Vajrayana teaching. Now here, I will try to explain step by step, okay? The light rays emanate from the Lama Jigten Sungkun's body, speech, and mind, and dissolves into my 4 places, thereby purifying the 4 obscurations, bestowing the 4 empowerments, and the more empowerments, and planting the seed of the 4 kayas. So there are 3, 4, 4. Okay. First we do this. Now you meditate. From Jigten Sungkun above in the space in front of you, on the forehead, Jigten Sungkun, white light. This white light represents all the essence of the nature of the Buddha's body. Light radiate, emerge, dissolve at your forehead. and pervades from your forehead, from the head to all the entire body. You just meditate, purify all the obscurations of the body, negative karma of the body, sickness of the body, all those purify. And if you are practicing in a deity yoga, like Tara, White Tara, Green Tara, or Chenresi, Pachapani, Medicine, but any you're practicing, you become that body. And you transform into that body. And your body inseparable of the appearance and emptiness. You just meditate. That's called purifying the obscurations of the body. And you receive the first empowerment, this called the vase empowerment. The vase empowerment. And you plant the seed to achieve the Nirmanakaya of Buddha. Okay? And this are path empowerment, and the result, fruition empowerment. Okay? Then next from Jitasuma's throat, a red light emerge. This red light represents all the wisdom speech of the Buddha that dissolved at your throat. Meditate all the obscurations of the speech, negative karmas are fully purified. Your speech is like the echo. So first you purify the obscuration of the speech. And then this empowerment is called the secret empowerment. The second empowerment is called secret empowerment. You receive that. And you plant the seed to achieve the Sambhogakaya of the Buddha. Then third, next from Jitasuma's heart, a blue light. Clear, very clear, pristine blue light emerge from Jitasuma's heart, dissolve into your heart. That time you meditate, the light, blue light from the heart pervades your entire body and purify all the mental obscurations, or ego, attachment, aversion, all the mental obscurations are totally purified. Meditate, your mind is like the nature of the space. Okay. So first purify the mind, and you receive the third empowerment, which is called wisdom empowerment. And you plant the seed, it is called plant the seed to achieve the Dharmakaya of Buddha. And the next, from Jitasuma's navel, a yellow light. The yellow light represents all the Buddha's excellent qualities emerge, dissolved at your navel, and pervades entire body, purifies all the subtle obscurations, totally purified. And you purify all the subtle obscurations. And you can't, the empowerment is called the word empowerment, or precious word empowerment. You receive that. And plant the seed for the kaya of Buddha, which is called Svabhavika Kaya, the natural body of the Buddha. So this is the 4 empowerment you receive step by step, okay? So first 3 empowerment is the path. You purify step by step. The 4th empowerment is called the result, the fruition empowerment. Total, the nature of the Buddha. Then here you can look at here, you see Lama then dissolve into myself. My mind is natural luminosity, emptiness. See, then Jigna will melt into light, multicolor light. That light dissolves into from the crown of your head, pervades all entire body, and dissolve into emptiness. There's nothing to grasp, hold on. Your mind is as it is. You just reach your mind as your absolute nature of the mind. That's the absolute Mahamudra. Relax. There's nothing to hold on, nothing to say dispel. There's nothing to do anything except just relax as it is. It's called unfabricated state of your mind. That's what as mentioned. Vajrayana is powerful because the empowerment ceremony. Receive all those teachings experienced through this practice. And there you can meditate, as mentioned, you meditate just as long as you like, you can. And you can see at that state, there's no any of those afflictions, mental afflictions. There's no attachment, desire, no any arrogance, no any jealous. Just it's all pervasive. It's called, as mentioned, unconfined vastness of the space. He said, rest in the mind as it is. I'm sure here many of you have received empowerment before. Is there anyone who hasn't received any empowerment? Everyone have received empowerment, isn't it? I don't know how you have received all those, but this is how you receive. You see here, okay. You just take time, receive step by step, by yourself, meditate, take time, don't rush. And then at the end, you just relax. Just leave your mind as like cotton ball, not pressing, Cotton ball is so gentle, so soft, like that, It's called uncontrived. There's nothing to expect, okay? Because it is that it is. In Tibetan it's called dedition, as it is. No more, no less. There's nothing to ask questions. You just need to relax. Everybody's getting it, isn't it, now? Maybe you're enlightened now. So this is beyond all the expressions. There's nothing to express now here. It's beyond speech. It's just you need to experience yourself. So for this, as I mentioned, it's not just a dry, nothing, You need to develop devotion to the Buddhas. You need to develop loving kindness, compassion, bodhicittas. You need to develop compassion to all the sentient beings who are suffering so much. We need to develop these two accumulations, accumulation of merit, accumulation of wisdoms, all this count. Then after meditating there, you can meditate there as long as you like. After meditating that, then before you get up, then do the dedication prayer. So through both innate virtue and the virtue accumulated in the 3 times, the past, present, future, in the 3 times, by all sentient beings in the samsara and nirvana, Buddha, Bodhisattvas, Charabhaka, Patik Buddhas, by all the virtues that are accumulated, here I dedicate that way, so I and all sentient beings be filling space, none left out. Realize the co-emergent, the Mahamudra. Co-emergent means co-emerge. Whatever emerges thoughts in your mind, the nature itself is nothing but emptiness. Okay, that's called co-emergent. Co-emerge. So I realize the co-emergent ultimate reality and attain this final state of non-abidance, complete Buddhahood. Neither in existence nor peace, means neither in samsara nor in partial nirvana. Everybody, all sentient beings may attain the Buddhahood for enlightenment. Yeah. So here, since I remember, dedication is very important. In the Jewel Ornament of Liberation, Kampupa also mentioned, we are coming from countless lifetimes, from beginner's time. Sometimes maybe we must have made some teachings. Sometimes we have done some good things. What went wrong still went the samsara. They asked the question. The answer is we didn't know how to dedicate. Sometimes you see, we go to, as Buddhists, we go to temple, burn incense, candle, So Buddha or Bodhisattva, anyone, please help me, to free my sickness, to help me to have a successful business. Or my mother is sick, so please help me to heal her, We never dedicate, may we free from samsara. May every sentient being free from samsara. We never dedicate that. You see, we may say, Buddha, today I'm hungry, can you give me some food, Then we get something and finish.
I always think it's like you earn some money.
Oh.
You earn some money.
Yeah.
When you're praying,
Yeah.
you generate, but if you don't put it in the bank,
That's right.
it doesn't accumulate.
Then it doesn't accumulate.
So banking is
So
actually
this
the
dedication
baseline.
is accumulating your money in the bank for the enlightenment. It's also said it's like a drop of water throw in the ocean. If you throw a drop of water in the ocean until the ocean is exhausted, that your drop of water will not disappear. So your merit may be very small, but if you dedicate this way, it's like throwing in the ocean. Okay? This is a special tip. Oh, you want a short break?
Yes.
Oh, Badra Sato Samaya, Manu Balaya, Badra Sato Tenoba, Tisha Deto Membawa, Soto Kayo Membawa, Subo Kayo Membawa, Anorato Membawa, Sarva Siddhi Karma Suzame, Zetan Shriya Kuru Hong, Ha, Ho, Sarva Tatangata, Badra Mame Mutan Barzen Bawama, Sato A, Om Badra Sato Samaya, Manu Balaya, Badra Sato Tenoba, Tita Deto. Sudo Kayo Membawa, Subo Kayo Membawa, Anoraba Membawa, Sarva Siddhi Meprayata, Sarva Karma Chetan Shriya Kuru Hong, Ha, Ho, Sarva Tatangata, Badra Mame Mutan Barzen Masamaya Sato A. Okay, make a short break.
Recording